True to Blueprint special holiday episode. Not all the holidays, just this one on Tuesday, which is Christmas. And we can throw in whatever you want in there. I don't celebrate it for like historical significance or, I don't celebrate it at all. Well, and we have this. We apparently have that as well. Credit Karma. Don't they pick the greatest times?
Yeah.
We're just going to turn that sucker off. This was made by, who made this?
My sister, Paulette.
She must be a very big Maple Leaf fan. This is beautiful.
It was a happy accident.
Yes, and that's our nod to the holidays. Could have gone to CVS, gotten a bunch of cheap crap, but then I'd be here, and I go, what did I buy this Christmas stuff for?
Trying to get people to believe that she's into something that she doesn't care about.
And I really don't. I mean, I like family and get-togethers, and I certainly love food. There is no question about that. So, so today, the show is going to be about our mistakes. Not that Char ever makes any. But, you know, Mary and I, we've made a couple of errors. I'm sure the biggest one, you know, I'm never going to hear the end of that one.
Since we started the show, we're not talking in general mistakes.
No, not in our life.
This would be a really long show.
March 2nd. Okay, and I'm hoping to have a website by the time we get to next March 2nd. But let's go with Bard here.
That was not made for you to tear up. She's chewing on it. No.
We're going to send you down. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. But I'm pretty sure it'll still be funny. You're going to get in big trouble up in here. Here, this is what we do. Back this up and we put it in between us. And now she has to come through us.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. She's not my cat from hell. She's my cat. And she does things that nobody is that fond of. And we just, you know, whatever. We move on. All right. Have you made mistakes this year, Mara?
Yes.
Well, probably you haven't made a mistake bigger than my biggest mistake, right? My big mistake. The one that I keep hearing about. Yeah, you said we weren't going to get Tavares. No, I said we weren't likely to do it because of these certain reasons. Like paying everyone and maybe didn't have, you know, and I mean, I'm not going to get in a fight with you people again. Those people who are watching his game know what he does extraordinary and know what he doesn't know how to do, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to defend that. To me, I could have used, you know, Bozak for, you know, a quarter of the price, but, what, you know, he wouldn't have scored this much, really? Do you see these goals getting set up for Tavares by Mitch? I mean, I would score them. Charlotte would score them. Just stand there and hold your stick, and you will score them. Something happened to the people upstairs ran their dishwasher and knocked out our monitor, I'm pretty sure.
It said loading.
Oh, no, it's loading some kind of TV shows. All right, anyway, we'll get that. Now, did I make a mistake? Well, as it turns out, we did managed to sign Willie, and I think we're going to sign these guys. But honestly, there was no guarantee at the time I said that Tavares wasn't going to want the $14.5 million that he could technically get, that the San Jose Sharks were offering. And yeah, that would have been unacceptable.
Right.
And put Dubas in a spot that he wouldn't have been in. The whole Nylander thing doesn't happen if we don't sign Tavares. Now, I know there's a lot of other things to consider. His extraordinary skill at offense, and he's a great forechecker, but you turn that around and honestly he's not, you know, I'm sorry, it's not the same kind of game, and nobody expects that of the big star, I suppose, but I kind of do. You know, I kind of do, because last week I got crapped on all over the place. You hate fighting. No, I don't hate fighting. I like fighting in hockey. Fact is, Gretzky invented enforcers so he didn't have to face his own music or even get into any musical situations, okay? That's not hockey. So if you think it is and you think there's something wrong with my appreciation of aggression, Well, you are so wrong. Okay, that's all I gotta say, because if I say any more, I'm giving away the store, and I don't give things away anymore. Well, I do. I give a lot away, but I don't really have that much. So, okay, another mistake I made. Where you want to go?
Sure.
I'm done with my mistakes.
So the one that really got me was when I looked into the information regarding salary caps.
Okay.
And I understood at the beginning of that conversation that $5,000 was the salary cap for all of the players.
Right.
But as soon as we started talking about Ty Cobb, I got confused because Ty Cobb was getting paid more than the entire cap for
Right.
all of the players. And somehow I flipped over to thinking that each player, the individual cap, was $5,000 in 1918, and that's just not financially feasible.
And she was sure
time.
you people were staying up making fun of her over this.
Yeah.
That's why we're bringing this up, because, well, not me, I don't care. If I cared about this, I never would have said this, and we'll get to that later. All right, the one that did keep me up nights, because I know better,
Mm-hmm.
Othello is married to Desdemona. Desdemona is very innocent. Desdemona does nothing wrong, but Iago, who I will tell you, from my point of view, is Othello's inner saboteur, convinces Othello she's being unfaithful, and then he needs to kill her. So she didn't plan any murders. Lady Macbeth, on the other hand, you're not, you know.
So what was it that you said that was incorrect?
Well, I just said I'd been watching, and I'd seen both Othello and Macbeth, like, the night before and that
So
morning.
you got things
So I
mixed
got
up.
confused. And there's no excuse for that, but, you know, I can make excuses like pot legalization
Well, the only excuse
and
is
shit.
that you're
But
human.
right,
And
I'm
we're
human.
We're not a computer.
and then I'm
so-
over Shakespeareing a lot of the time. I've slowed down on that and started watching a lot of hockey again. All right, do you have another mistake?
Oh, my other one is my issue with heights, weights, and measures in general.
So this all started when I said Mario Lemieux was what, 6'5", and you said on skates that makes
He's
sense.
6'11".
Yeah, okay.
So 6'5", 6 inches of skate. If anybody knows what the regulation height is of a hockey skate?
Well,
from-
there's various. I think it becomes a maximum. Some people like a little bit more, but it's not much, okay? It's really not much. You want to Google it or something? I don't know.
No, I don't want to Google it. I would rather have somebody
But
that's watching Google it.
You know, 3.5 inches, I'd say that's getting toward a lot. You
Okay,
know.
so 6'4", that would make him 6'7"
Yeah.
3/4, and so I was off by 3 or 4 inches.
Nothing much.
There's a lot of jobs that I would not do well. Measure once, cut twice.
Yeah,
Isn't that the
but they
rule?
give you something to measure with. If you still can't get it right, absolutely. I worked with you in a costume shop. Was that the problem?
No, if
I won't use the ruler. I'm estimating, and I'm bad at it.
if I'm given instructions, I'm a rule follower.
No,
I
you
follow
are. You are.
instructions very well. But when I'm eyeing something, and we talked about this, I'm not quite 5'3", and as I get older, I'm getting much closer to 5'2". So, the shorter a person is, just regular height people seem huge.
Height. There's no height.
Height people seem much taller than they actually are. So I think that's where the whole thing stems from.
Okay.
So she's just going to continue to tell me the things that I'm saying wrong now. for the
No,
rest of
I'm
the
listening to Charlotte
video.
down here finding any way she can to disrupt. Because we won't let her. And if I'm not wrong, holly berries are completely poisonous. Not holly berry.
Well, and these aren't even holly berries. They're silver.
Then what the hell
Plastic
is your
things.
problem, Charlotte?
Just look like a good thing for her to chew on.
All right. Well, okay. And then you got any other? I have one more mistake, but I still stand by the fact that
I'm
one
sure I made
Stamkos,
others. I just didn't
one
write down.
Stamkos, one Kucherov goes down for a month. Tampa Bay doesn't look so good anymore. And yeah, they have surprised me though. They played really well. we've won 3 games since last I saw you. We'll probably win tonight, coming into town to play the Red Wings.
Oh, and I also am not interested in watching this show on my Android. I forgot to let you know. You were going to tell me how to do it, and I'd rather watch it on my computer.
Oh, it's a bigger screen.
Yeah.
Hockey. And okay, now, a lot of people think that somehow I'm so stupid and I can't not be my stupid self. No, you guys are wrong. I can say all the stupid things in the world. I can say everything you can say, and I can say it in a bunch of different ways. So, we're going to do a little acting test here, and I'm going to play it straight. I'm not, there will be laughs because it's silly. But I'll tell you how I really feel, and then I'm going to do it as though I feel other things about it. Okay. So, all right, I'm ready.
What's the first one? Are we going to do Jake?
Well,
first?
You were supposed to tell me what they were. See, because that's what I think you see there.
Oh, I do. I've got it over here too, though. So, trade Jake Gardner yesterday for a bag of pucks.
Isn't there more?
In fact, we'll send the pucks with him. Just get him out of here.
I read this twice a week. Not that I'm going to be on Facebook anymore, but I still manages to be in threads, places on YouTube and on Twitter. Are you out of your mind? I mean, this personally offends me. This gets into my guts. All right? That's me. That's the real Dawn Marie Sargent telling you what's what. But you think I can't say what you want to hear? How should I say this? How should I say it? You're supposed to suggest the emotions. You just totally skipped that, didn't you? She tells me, tell me what I gotta do to get ready for the show.
So I think you should be overzealous in your emotion.
Well, yeah, okay.
Well, you asked me, now I'm telling you.
All right. Trade Jake Gardner for a bag of pucks. In fact, we'll send the pucks with him. Just, just take him. I didn't mean that. So it's dangerous for you guys to invite me to say shit I don't mean, because I will say it. Well, what about national anthems? They're the most important songs any child ever hears. And if there's one thing in that anthem that child will be badly affected by, well, then you need to just change it. I don't care if you're just singing la, la, la. But, at that point, that's hurting someone, too, because it's making fun of people who don't use words. Hi, Shar. Are you laying off this now? You're going to be... She just wants to be part of the action. She's so lonely. I think she wants y'all to bring your cats over, but I don't. Just come on over, bring cards, bring beer, bring pizza. Okay.
Oh, I was reading the next one, and then I just caught the tail end of what you were saying. It was highly amusing. But I think you may have gotten a typo in one of these ones here.
Which one?
We can't win with this defense. I guarantee we get a top 4 foot with grit. Who's got a problem with height?
No, there's no height.
4 foot with grit.
Oh.
We get a top 4 foot with grit who can stay at home and take care of the stars.
Fool. Okay, my copy over here looks like it says a top 4 fool. D-man. I don't know what.
We have a monster cat in our video now.
Charlotte, you can't just sit there. Charlotte, we're trying to do a serious Christmas show here. You can't just sit there, Char.
At least look in the camera. Are you not ready for your close-up? She did look once. But you are now, cannot be seen, Dawn.
Char.
Oh my goodness.
Char arms, Char legs. Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's a good close-up of her.
That is a good close-up of her.
Yeah.
Don't you think you've had enough now, Char? Char.
Okay, well then come back and chew on my hand.
All right. No, I mean, I could say this is any way. You want me to say something really, angry? How about, let's see, where's the one about
How about
Maple Leaf fans?
Hockey needs to ban fighting because it's so dangerous and sends a bad message.
You want me to say that angrily?
How else could you say it?
Well, how do
Could
you
you
want
say
me?
it with happy?
Yeah,
Okay, say it happy.
okay. Hockey needs to ban fighting because it's so dangerous and it sends a bad message. I'm not kidding you. I told you tell me emotions and don't go with
Okay,
these.
now say it angry.
All right.
So we can we can see the difference in your acting skills. Shaba, come on, you're gonna have to come down.
Hockey needs to ban fighting because it's dangerous and it sends a bad message.
That's much more believable than happy.
I can
Okay.
say it like flirty. I can say it all kinds of ways.
Oh, say it flirty.
Okay. Hockey needs. Shar's cracking me up here. Hold on. No, you
Don't
get
look
2
at-
takes. Okay. Hockey needs to ban fighting because it's dangerous and it sends a bad message. What? You didn't know I had this in me? Everybody knows. I'm. You don't want me to start saying shit I don't mean because I can play a role. There's people who say you're playing a role. I'm not playing a role. This is honest to God
This is
me.
her. Okay, so the next one, it should be really fun to do a bunch of different ways. You should be proud just to have been included, even if you didn't try. You still deserve credit.
How would you like me to say that?
Like a mom, a millennial mom who is making sure that her kid doesn't feel bad about being a bad player.
Oh, okay. Let me get this bigger here because
There, so that was the best I could do for you.
All right. All right. I don't know if I can do this one. You should be proud just to have been included. Even if you didn't try, you still deserve credit. There are no limits to what I cannot
just so you know, Dawn does not think that you should have kids' games where, for example, we were talking about kids' softball. T-ball?
Yeah, no.
T-ball? Softball, where you just get to as many strikes as you need so that you can get on base, and they don't keep track of how many, they don't keep score, right? So she doesn't believe in that.
No, of course not.
I don't believe in it either. I think it's
I mean,
ridiculous.
There's nothing, the idea is, making winning dirty. That's not how the world works.
Right.
And just because you don't win doesn't mean you have no chance of ever winning. You got to find what you're good at and win. I mean,
And tell me, would your dad, if he was a grandpa and he showed up, let's say your daughter had a child that was playing in one of the little kid leagues, wouldn't your dad find that ridiculous that they changed the rules to
no,
be
what he would
inclusive?
say is what I'd say. Why should I go if there's not going to be
It's not really a game. It's just kids
They're
getting
just
together and
exercising,
playing.
right.
Yeah.
They're just working out. I'm not going to change my schedule to go when there's no competition.
So what do you believe? Do you believe that sports prepares us, organized sports prepares us for real life?
Yeah, very much so. I believe all team activities show us how to succeed, and you know how I feel. It's the way it works. Doesn't matter who set it up. Boys, girls, monkeys, people from, I have a friend who believes aliens, are our ancestors. I've got nothing for that. But I mean, the fact is, it is set up, and it works by team. It doesn't. It's like we were saying about Gia Gunn. Is she just really not caring what happens to anybody or anything? This is on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. I mean, this person has become so much of a female because she is transitioned all the way.
She was originally a drag queen.
Well,
she
good.
decided she's transgender, so she's transitioned to being a woman.
She doesn't care if she burns the whole thing down with her. She doesn't care if everybody looks bad, because as long as she gets what she wants. This the ultimate, this is like Uber mom. Most moms, you know, they take their victories. But if you think they don't want victories, you're wrong. It takes a different thing to get a victory in that world. And if you're going to teach that, go ahead. We did. We had home ec, and we had all kinds of strange activities that were courtship-like dancing in gym class. That was terrifying. Wasn't that freaking terrifying? That was like the most terrifying 2 weeks of the whole year. And you do those things to force people to ask questions that they might not ask. And then people get along better within genders and in between the two genders. And women know, when I go play this man's game, I can't expect the men to change rules to favor me and make it easier for me. That's not equality. I don't know how that gets mixed up with equality. By screaming it's not fair, that's not what makes something not fair. Someone said it's not fair, you know. I don't get it. So for me,
when I said that's not fair, I got told life isn't fair, and the sooner you figure that out, the better off you'll be.
Who said it was going to be fair?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not. There's so many unfair things.
And I'm not saying that last week I said this. I'm 58 years old. I'm talking about when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My dad told me a story about actually getting an A, but they transposed his grade wrong, and he got a D, and the teacher knew it was wrong, but he couldn't change it, and he's like, you know, Dale, and he's like, well, it's not fair, and he said, well, nobody said it's going to be fair, and that like story stayed with me, whether he made it up or not.
Right.
Because that's what it is. And if you don't realize that you can try your very hardest, the best team does not always win every contest. Sometimes there's a streak of luck for this kind or that kind. And that's what I'm saying. We're building an empire here. And it seems to me that I'm not going to be able to deal with the regular fans. If they can't see that the Enforcer is a creation of star hockey, of figure skaters and, you know, goons, is that really what the game is about? Or is it about guys who have the right to assert when they're angry?
Well, and we already talked in the last video about the fact that the Enforcer is the referee. There is an Enforcer.
Well, they're terrible at it a lot of times. That's
doesn't
too damn
matter.
bad.
The point is that there already is an enforcer. Right. We're not debating whether or not they're good at their job right now.
Well,
you don't need another enforcer. You need men who are gonna kick somebody's butt themselves if somebody
and
picks
say
them up.
You can't do that to me. Okay, me. That's not, you know, it's so girly. I don't see why no one sees that. If you go, you can't do that to me. This giant guy over here who you didn't do it to, he's going to beat the crap out of you. How is that? My boyfriend's back and you're going to be in trouble, you know? I mean, I don't see that as being viable. And I don't see having everyone not try to win as being some really spiritual activity. Then you decide who wins based on what? And in your own mind, aren't there still winners? Come on, just because we're not saying it don't mean it's not there. That's the problem with all of the speech crap. Just because I'm not acting the way you think I should act doesn't mean I can't. That's what I'm trying to prove to you. So this is smart hockey. You can come and watch it. You can watch Alyssa Hope, who's also very smart hockey. You know, there's things to laugh at, but for the most part, she's doing a very smart hockey broadcast. I think she's going to do more on the disappearing Canadian. And, you know, Leonard SHEA, who this week's having some problem with YouTube funding, but, you know, I'm not taking a side in that, obviously. I know what side my bread is buttered on, but, and I don't have any money coming in, so what else? But I support these two people, but it seems to me the best thing I can do, and the best thing we can do, is to appeal to a smarter, more sophisticated hockey, who understands, like, what is any of that
Which
society
means
stuff
we're
have
done
to do
with
it?
8th grade.
Right.
Oh, I mean Facebook.
Right.
We're pretty much done with Facebook.
I can't do it anymore. I mean, there's people I like on there, but I like them less every day I see them.
Well, I had an experience this week on a page that didn't have anything to do with sports, where I realized one person in particular was a mean girl in probably junior high and high school, and the bad part is that she's probably close to 50 years old now. She's an adult, she's got 3 kids of her own, and she's still walking around acting like she's the boss of Facebook.
Well, and she feels powerful on Facebook. Let her cry herself to sleep. Give her a bottle, lock the door.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
But I'm not going to buy a ticket for that shit show anymore.
No, and it's ridiculous to subject yourself to something that makes you... Everybody gets off Facebook going, oh, Facebook. They're not paying you. You're not going to heaven because you're on Facebook. There's no real reward. So what are you doing? Let's be smart. We're going to get a website. We might have less viewers. I don't care. What I care about is smart hockey people tune in to me. People who want quality entertainment. Okay? And I could sell you what you want. I could do a show, and it would be totally plausible, that says everything all the dumbest fans on Facebook. But Shanahan, let me ask you this question, Brendan Shanahan. Isn't it disturbing to you that I belong to every group on Facebook and I can't find more than like 10 really smart hockey fans in the Toronto fan base? Shouldn't we do something about this? All right. It should be captain. He's a natural captain. I'm putting my money on it. Okay. We got to go, and we'll be back. I promise.